Although Battlefield 5's launch date has recently been pushed back an entire month to November 20th, recent gameplay shows a very promising and very exciting upcoming Battlefield title. So with little time left until the game's launch, should you pre-order Battlefield 5? There's some reasons on why you should, and some reasons on why you shouldn't, so let's take a look at both the positives and the negatives to find out if this game is worth the pre-order. So before we jump in case you haven't already heard, DICE has decided to delay the launch of Battlefield 5 back to November 20th to ensure a smoother launch, which was surprisingly received very well by the majority of the community. Usually, when a game is delayed, people kinda go crazy over it and start cancelling pre-orders and all sorts of stuff, but most people, myself included, think that this is a very good thing. This will both give the game a much smoother launch and allow DICE to iron out as much bugs and problems as possible, and also takes Battlefield 5 out of the way of their biggest competitors in 2018, both Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2. So this should give Battlefield 5 a small sales increase. Anyways, enough of that, let's get into the video. Pre-ordering titles has always been seen as a pretty risky move by much of the gaming community, as you've already spent your money before even trying out the game and knowing if it's going to play well, if you like it, or if it'll have a large amount of issues at launch. And that is just what we've seen happen with Battlefield 4 back in 2013, nearly 5 years ago now. But taking a look at some of the more recent DICE titles, such as Battlefront 1 and 2, and Battlefield Hardline and Battlefield 1, we've seen a massive improvement of the game's state at launch. And never since Battlefield 4 have we ever seen a massively broken and nearly unbearable game. So DICE themselves have really improved upon their titles' launches, and after seeing the transition from Battlefield 5 Closed Alpha to the Battlefield 5 Gamescom build, you can really see a massive improvement. After playing several hours of the closed alpha myself, I can confirm that it was a pretty rough experience overall, and after talking to some people with some very high-end gaming PCs, they have also told me that it wasn't even running well on their setups. But now after nearly a month, we have the Gamescom build, and in a couple of days here, we'll be able to get hands-on with the beta build of the game, very similar to the Gamescom build which we have recently seen. Now, we have seen some amazing improvements in the space of only a month, meaning that DICE is taking every ounce of community feedback into their consideration, which just shows how hard they're trying to get this game to its very best before launch. By the looks of things, they are certainly making some very good progress. So overall, from a smooth launch standpoint and how playable the game will be, it looks like DICE are already doing a fantastic job on giving us the best experience from day one. Next here, which is a pretty big selling point as to why you should pre-order, the special edition that is, but it is only an extra €10, so it's really not that much of an increase, and that is you get 3 days early access to the game, meaning that if you're like myself and simply just cannot wait to get hands-on with this game, you're going to be able to get on 3 days early, allowing you to level up, progress all of your weapons, characters, and so on as soon as you can, which again is a pretty big selling point to much of the community, because, well, who doesn't want to play the game 3 days early? And while we're talking about the special edition of the game, you'll also get some small little in-game bonuses. Nothing game-changing or anything like that that's going to give you an advantage over people who didn't buy the special edition, just some cool skins to show that you pre-ordered the game, which of course isn't the main selling point of the early enlisters edition, but still a nice little bonus. And also, while we're on the topic of early access here, you're going to get 2 days early access to the open beta later this week just by pre-ordering the game. So that is yet another really big bonus for people who simply cannot wait to get their hands on the game. So that's September 4th for people who have pre-ordered the game, and September 6th for people without pre-order. No word on how long the beta will actually be, but after the game's delay, it's more than likely we'll be seeing the beta be extended just a little bit longer than intended to give us something to play during the wait until mid-November. And this was actually teased by one of the DICE devs, giving us even more reason to believe we might be seeing a longer beta. And lastly here, going back to that 1 month delay, which has really made a massive positive impact. As I mentioned earlier with Battlefield 5's previous launch date, which was October 20th or 19th I believe, the game was stuck right in between some of the year's biggest AAA titles, such as Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2, giving gamers a very difficult choice to decide between either of these three games, as really not everybody can afford to buy all three, as that comes out to about €180 worth of games in 1 month alone, which is quite a lot of money to be spending in just 1 month. So by pre-ordering Battlefield 5, that will distribute the cost over a wider amount of time, meaning that you won't be totally broke before the festive season begins. So in my honest opinion, I believe that pre-ordering Battlefield 5 is all around a pretty good idea, and if you're still not decided yourself, wait until September 6th to play the open beta and decide whether you think this game is for you or not, as that is what the beta is for, letting the players test the game and see what they like and what they dislike about the game. So let me know whether you guys are going, or if you already have pre-ordered the game, as there still is some time left before you go ahead and make that pre-order. Anyways guys, that about does it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and also go ahead and click that bell and subscribe icon to stay up to date with all of the Battlefield 5 news and updates. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you in the next Battlefield video.